1987, I was a professor at Indiana University, Bloomington, and I heard that Mr. Soros and a friend of his here in Hungary, communist Hungary, were thinking about establishing a business school. But they didn't know anything about what a business school is like. They just had this idea. So a colleague of mine and I invited them to the Indiana University. We spent 2 whole days on discussing with all the faculty and so on, what is a business school like and what kind of business school would make sense. And then I worked part-time for 8 months to help establish, under Mr. Soros's auspices, the business school. At the time in 1989, when the school opened, this was still a communist country. And Mr. Soros had the foresight to know that one of these days it will not be a centrally planned communist country, and he wanted to help prepare future leaders to be able to operate in a market economy world. And our first 10 years, we were a franchise of some major American business schools, and our value added was the transformation issues, how to go from a centrally planned to a market economy. Now, in the last 10 years, since we have become increasingly affiliated with CEU, our mission is more dovetailing now that of CEU, such as we can become more global and focusing on emerging economies, such as China, such as Eastern Europe, and also the Middle East. I like to mention the exchange programs that we have with 16 major business schools around the world. And there's a tremendous opportunity for MBA students who are coming in, because we have programs with some of the top-ranked schools around the world, in Europe, in North America, and in Asia. And a student who finishes our intensive 11 months MBA here, if the student does well, has a choice basically to go to any of those schools without having to pay any extra tuition. We have 3 courses in the MBA program, one on China, one on Eastern Europe, and one on the Middle East. And each MBA student has to choose at least one of those courses. And I think they are excellent courses. Just to mention one thing, the transformation in China just been amazing, but very, very different than, say, in Eastern Europe. Purposely different from centrally planned economy to a market economy, but they have done it very differently, and both have unique characteristics, and we go into the transformation and what does it mean for business.